Is there a wait today, or can we go right in?
You can go right in.
When a woman walked into the shelter carrying what looked like a cat, no one expected this. But as soon as the staff saw it, their jaws dropped. You won't believe the size of this animal or what happened to him next. Before I tell you the full story, tap that like button because this journey deserves to be seen to the very end. Several months had passed quietly at the Richmond Animal Care Center. The shelter moved with its usual rhythm, the soft hum of voices, the rustle of paperwork, and the occasional bark or meow drifting through the halls. Then, one afternoon, the doorbell jingled. Clara, a shelter employee, looked up from her desk. A woman stepped inside, holding what at first glance looked like a cat. But as the woman drew closer, Clara's eyes widened in surprise. This wasn't an ordinary feline. The animal was enormous, nearly twice the size of a regular cat, with a heavy frame that made every movement slow and labored. The woman, voice tense, said simply, "I need to give him up. I can't take care of him anymore." The cat's name was Patch, and he weighed a staggering 40 pounds, about 18 kilograms. Moving was difficult for him. Each step looked painful and exhausting. The woman explained that Patch had belonged to her late mother and that she herself was simply not prepared to take on his care. Clara stayed calm and professional, even though she felt stunned inside. She understood something immediately. Patch deserved a chance. The shelter posted Patch's photo on Facebook, hoping to reach people who might help. Interest arrived quickly, more rapidly than anyone expected. Messages poured in, comments stacked up. Patch's face and his story traveled farther than the shelter ever imagined. Among the waves of responses, one message stood out. It came from Kay, a 50-year-old woman with decades of experience caring for animals. When Kay arrived at the shelter and met Patch in person, it was instant. She fell in love at first sight. "This is my cat," she whispered, and Patch went home with her that very day. Life with Kay began a careful, patient process. Working with a veterinarian, Kay built a plan: a strict but humane diet, gentle daily exercise, and steady encouragement. It was not an overnight transformation, but it was a real one. Week by week, Patch became lighter and livelier. Over time, he lost 17 pounds, almost 8 kilograms, and with each pound, he regained energy. He began to play, to climb, and to chase toys again. He bonded with Kay's other pets and found joy in movement. Kay decided to share Patch's progress with the world. She created a social media page dedicated to his recovery, posting updates, photos, and practical tips for pet care. Her message was simple and firm. Overfeeding is not an act of love. It is a threat to an animal's health. Patch's story grew into more than a recovery. It became a lesson in responsibility, compassion, and second chances. Once abandoned because of his size, he transformed into a living reminder that patience and proper care can change a life. Today, Patch enjoys a life full of warmth, movement, and love, a far cry from the tired, heavy cat who first walked through the shelter doors. His journey stands as proof that even the heaviest burdens can be lifted with steady hands and compassionate hearts. Now tell me, if Patch were your pet, what would you say to him after his incredible transformation? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. I'd love to hear them.